What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Burndown YouTube channel. Today is Sunday fun day, and we are going to take this bad boy up into Wrightwood, California. So it is a mountain resort, and I was supposed to go up there, meet the in-laws, and take the whole family, and everybody kind of bailed on me. So it is me and you, and we're going to go up there, and then there's this little market that they have, and I think the parking lot's decent size. And we'll park there and grab a sandwich. They make pretty good sandwiches. Give it a break when we get to the top of the mountain, and then we'll jump back in and come back home. And then I've got other stuff to do, so we're gonna try to not make a full day of it if everything goes well. But I've got an altitude app, so we can kind of track the altitude. I'm at like 600 feet here where I live in Norco, and then we're gonna go all the way up to I'd say between 4,000 to 6,000, something like that. We'll find out when we get there. We'll use the little app and see what it says. And we'll kind of show you a little bit as we drive through the town, but it gets kind of small, and then driving this thing around is kind of sketchy there, but we'll see how we go. I've got some fresh water in the tank for the water squirters, got those adjusted, everything buttoned up. The brakes are working phenomenal. This thing is ready to roll, and this is basically the final test. If we go up there, we come back, we don't have any issues, which I'm really not planning on having problems, then it is on to full-on cosmetics, and I can just jump onto the boom and we can try to get things wrapped up for LS Fest West. But yeah, this is the test for this thing. If this thing rides up there and back home, we are golden, ready to rock and roll all the way to Vegas. So without further ado, me and you, let's roll. I need to get like a volleyball or something like Wilson, and then just name him and stick him in the thing. Maybe I should get my Happle head on. We can stick him in the passenger seat. But yeah, let me jump in here, and you know what? We'll go get Happle. Let's take Happle with us. So we'll put it in the passenger seat. We'll get rolling. We'll put fuel in. We'll see what it takes to top it off, and then let's go. All right, Happle is coming with me because I don't have anybody else to roll. Maybe if you squat down, maybe we'll turn him and he can stare at the cars passing by. But let's get over to the gas station. We'll fill it up, and then so today I should have an estimation of gas mileage too, at least on E, and then we'll do 30% better on regular fuel. So I will bring you guys back to the gas station. We will see how much damage it costs to fill this thing all the way up, I think from like a half tank. And then we're gonna start climbing some hills, baby. And we're gonna rock out, and me and Happle are gonna do some work today. Man, I get to the gas station, this guy's already taking a nap over here. It's hard to find good help these days. Look at this guy, jeez, man. Maybe I'll put him back there, but yeah, let me jump out. We'll get some E, and then I wanna set the transmission parameters. It was shifting at like 50 into lockup, so we want to raise that a bit. And I was doing that to try to keep the heat out of the transmission, but now that we don't need to, I think 54, 55 is where we want to cruise anyway, so we'll have it locked there, and then we'll be good to go. So let's go see how much it costs to fill it up from, let's see where we're at. This will be a fun experiment. We're on E, so okay, just under half tank. Got some E, and then I just gave her money, and then we'll get changed and see how it goes. So all right, she's filling up. Let me adjust the transmission settings. We'll get a clip of what it cost me, and then that'll be a full tank, and then we'll see how we go as far as fuel mileage goes as well. Granted, we are climbing today, but I'm gonna average it the trip up and back today. So let me mess with trans setting parameters. We'll see when that thing clicks off. We will get riding. All right, got 20 gallons in it. Give it a click, one more click, and see if it'll take more before it. Okay, it clicked. So yeah, 20 gallons. Let's go get changed and get out of here. We are ready to rock and friggin' roll. Got the trans tune, and then I even brought my W King speaker. So we're gonna fire up tunes. We got quite a ways to go. And then before we actually get out of here, one last thing I'll show you guys. I thought this would be fun to keep track of. They had more advanced apps or whatever, but whatever. So 642 feet, that's where we're starting. And we'll show this thing again like right before we start the big climb. And then when we get to the top, I think this will be fun. Unless I'm panicking and things are not going my way, then I'll probably skip the whole app fun. But let's get out of here. And just like typical California fashion, I get on the freeway, which is not a freeway, it's a sit way. So this trip might be longer than expected. Let me get on my phone and we'll see how many miles we're supposed to do to go there and back today. While I'm creeping and crawling, at least you guys will have an idea of how far we're actually rolling today. All right, I looked it up while we were creepy crawling. It's like 44 miles one way. So we'll do about 80 miles today. And then that's the quickest and shortest way. So I think we're gonna go a little out of the way to go up Lone Pine. So we'll probably do about 45, about 90 miles, roughly 90-mile trip today. So I'll bring you back when we actually make progress, but nobody cares about traffic. All right, we got a guy up here. I think I'm gonna have to give it a little juice and open up the cutout so he can just be like, what the heck? So here's another camper. Let's open the cutout. We'll mob around this guy. You made it, boy? You better like no freaking way, dude. I'd probably slow down though. From 55 to 70 like nothing. That's so funny. Probably hard to hear me in here, but I came around these mountains over here and we got into a bunch of wind, so this thing is like, I'm using the whole lane for sure. So I slowed it down a little bit, but we were bobbing back there, man. So yeah, we're starting to climb a little bit of a hill, and then I'll bring you guys back when we actually get off the freeway, and we'll head on up to the back road. Dude, it's like it's a headwind. It's not super windy, but you can see the trees and stuff moving. And yeah, this thing was like unlocking and spinning almost like 3 grand trying to get up a little hill. So it's a good test today. It's not very hot, but it's not very friendly weather to drive in when you're driving into a headwind in a big box. So here we are. We're kind of getting into the mountain area, and then we'll pull off, and I'll show you guys where we're pulling off, and we'll check the altitude and all that fun stuff. All right, I'm parked in a parking lot. Let's give her a once over real quick. Fans are on. Let's see what kind of wind we got out here. She's looking beautiful, boys. Look at that. Bone dry. This is one happy bago. So I feel good about it. The road's right out there. We'll turn right. Let's check the altitude. See where we're at right now, and then we'll keep on rolling. So let's see what it says. Altitude is 3,136. So we went from 600 feet to 3,000 feet, and then we're gonna go up even higher right now. And this should be like the hard part. And the line temp, we're a little warm because we climbed in here, and then 198, so it'll be good. We'll see how she does. We'll start off kind of warm, we'll cruise up, and then it's gonna be unlocked the whole time. So we'll see if we get into squirters or whatever we do, but this is where the action actually starts. So let's go, boys. Oh, this guy, look at this guy. He just full on gave up, dude. Hey, come on, man. Need your support. Jeez, it's hard to find good help. Yeah, you can start the people rolling by. All right, let's go. Okay, so this, if I kept going straight, would take me up to Wrightwood, but if you turn left right here, this is Lone Pine Canyon. So this is the back road, and it's way more steep. It goes from like 0 to 60 real quick, and it's windy. So this is it. This is our test, boys. Wish me luck. We'll drop her down in third. We'll just cruise this thing nice and slow. Make sure the bago stays nice and happy. We're gonna be rolling. All right, here we go. Drop it down in third. 152 at the bottom. 195 temp. It's gonna be interesting. Let me see if I can put you on a time lapse. All right, well, line temp isn't one too bad. It's 170 something. The pan temp was like 200. This is a pretty good climb, man. So we're stopped here. We're gonna give it the old squirteroo. I'm gonna put the fans on so they just roll hardcore, because it keeps getting steeper as you get to the top. So yeah, the temperature's coming out of the pan now. Man, we were so close, but this is pretty extreme, dude. So let me mess with some stuff and then we'll keep on rolling. It's gonna be sketchy when we get to the top. Oh man, stop number 2. It was just over like 2 something line temp. So I was like, man, I don't want to cook this thing today. And again, this is an extreme test. I probably have no business trying to drive this thing up this road. A little bit glad I didn't bring the fam, so we'll let it cool back down, and then we're almost to the top. So we'll make it, but yeah, we had to stop twice. What are you gonna do? Let's check the altitude while this thing's cooling itself off. We are at 5,600. So yeah, we've climbed almost 3,000 feet. All right, cool down a little, buddy. Let that pan cool off. Then we'll finish it. But yeah, look at this thing, man. It's no joke. Even the cars that are trying to pass me, they were having a hard time getting around me. And there's like 2 of them. So all right, we'll keep rolling. Okay, I had the bubble set and it was like over here, so it kept kicking off, so it wasn't cooling my stuff down. So it was like, oh, the engine's cool, we'll just shut off. So everywhere over here, this thing's just gonna run like a monster, so that should knock the heat right out of it. So yeah, it's starting to come down here. That's coming down. This dude's getting happy, but I want this to get down. We're gonna let it rest for a little bit before we make the final trek, because I don't think there's anywhere to pull over, like right at the top possibly, but I want to get the pan temp pretty low before we keep adventuring. That's a little disappointing. I mean, this is the top right here. We are damn close. Damn close, Bago. This thing's still a monster. I don't care who you are. Twinnebago. This guy, right? I had to pull over a couple times, but hell, you shouldn't have a motorhome on this street anyway. This is a full-on like mountain road, dude. Bago's ready for action, boys. Yes, I had to pull over twice, but if you guys can see this in person, I mean, we're up in the mountains. This road, like, if you have a motorhome, I welcome you to come bring it up Lone Pine Canyon Road and see how it does. So, I'm stoked. Let's get over, go get a sandwich, and just relish in our victory. A little bit of the mountain town. Yeah, check it out. Look at how pretty it is. There's snow. This is a little ski resort mountain town. So, I mean, it's no joke up here. Everything is like, it's a mountain town. So, hope you guys enjoy it. It's pretty up here. All the pine trees. all the cabins. You know, little A-frame houses, big old steep pitches because all the snow. Look at that thing. It's like something out of Disney. We'll turn left, the little sandwich spot's right here. I'm gonna put the camera down. This is the actual town. All the ski and snowboard stuff. This is Jensen's. I think the parking lot's big. So we're rolling here, we're gonna get a sandwich. This guy doesn't block the whole driveway. It's your world, buddy. I just have a Winnebago. Look at that. Destination achieved. Unlockment achieved. Unlocked. Achievement. Achievement unlocked. Jesus. Oh, turn it. We did it, Apple. We did it, Apple. Alright, let me mess with this tune and put it kind of back to normal. I had it on overkill to just zing the fan the rest of the way up. So kind of put that back to normal because we're not going to need it going back downhill. But let's go get a sandwich. We are at our destination. Look, trees, mountains, clouds. There's freaking snow right there. Look at that beautiful, beautiful monster of a freaking 1972 twin turbo badass Winnebago. I am so glad this thing finally works good. Yeah, technically we had to pull over a couple times. Even if I put the tune where the fans were zinging, I don't know. So I don't know, maybe we'll really work on this thing and get it really dialed, and we'll make that run again. We'll see if we can do it in like 1 stop or 0 stops. But I am more than thrilled. Pretty much I'm on top of the mountain, you could say. Literally and figuratively, so that is awesome. Let's go see what they got in the deli. I have to say you were right. We need to rescale the fan so that way it comes on earlier when the transmission's hot. They kept kicking off because it saw the coolant temp come down, but then the transmission was getting hot, and you were right. You got some Funyuns, dude? I wanted to show you guys, we are at 5,915 feet. So we essentially went almost another 3,000 feet. So right about 6,000 feet. And again, you can climb up a bit more and it still goes up a bit. I think it's around 6,000 feet. And then I don't know what the peak is at the ski resort, but I think it's even higher than that. So yeah, we went from 600 feet to 6,000 feet today. We climbed Lone Pine. The scaling on the tune, I'm glad that I did this drive because it's pretty extreme. But then what I did on the fan scaling is I have it set on the fans. I'll have to show you guys at some point. For coolant temperature on the vertical scale, the X, and then on the Y-axis, now I have the line temperature for the transmission. And I was under the assumption like, oh, if the engine's hot, the transmission's probably hot, or, you know, they're both probably kind of in the same ballpark. Well, the transmission was getting hotter than the engine. So the fans would come on and cool the engine way down, and then it would kind of kick off, and it was just leaving the transmission out to die. So the second time I pulled over, that's when I kind of figured it out. So now we have it scaled and set. So even if the engine's cool, if the transmission is hot, or at least like a 160, 50 something line temp, which isn't really that hot, but the transmission seems to generate heat faster when it's under that load like that. So now we have it to where it'll just zing the fans when the thing, as soon as it starts seeing heat get put into it. So I feel better about it. Have no idea if I could make it in one shot, even with the fans zinging, but still excited and happy. So like I said, we went to 6,000 feet, and let's see how we did for this. We'll just double check-a-roo, see what survey says. It was full. Okay, so we used, I mean, we're on an incline, but a little more than a quarter of a tank, which is understandable going up a hill and then we're on E. So what I'm going to do is we'll drive back home, and then I think what I'll do is I'll go straight back to the same gas station we're at, and then I'll fill it up again, and then that's going to give me exactly how much fuel that we burned coming up here. So I'll have an idea of fuel mileage for Vegas, and then I damn sure know that this thing's going to roll all the way to Vegas. We ain't have no problems with it because there's no hills like that on the way to Vegas. So let's go trek down the mountain. this is pretty much it. I'll bring you guys back when we get home to the gas station, unless we have anything eventful happen, and we will fill it up. We'll kind of get an assessment and idea of gas mileage, and then when we get home, we pull this bad boy into the driveway. We will wrap this video, but I am super excited. I'm super proud of all the effort put in, because this thing has put me through the ringer. If you've been watching these videos, building a motorhome is no joke, and it's probably the best, dumbest idea I've ever had. So let me get back on the road, bring you guys back at the gas station. All right, we're going back down the same road we came up, but fun fact, I saw a sign over there, so it's 10% grade. So if you know anything about grades on roads or whatever, it's 10%. And I don't know how many miles long it is, but the thing's no joke, man. So it may not sound like a lot, but that's a lot for a grade, I believe. You guys leave a comment. Let me know what the craziest grade you've ever driven up that was like marked. I'm gonna hang on to this thing going down a hill, but let me know. Look at that view coming down. That's pretty. So yeah, we got her dropped in a second, and this thing wants to run, dude. Look at that. So I'd like to get over in the other lane, but my passenger's not helping me. I can't see out of that mirror. So yeah, I guess what we'll do is we'll just go fast, and then we'll change lanes and slow back down. I can't really see nothing. Oh, nobody's honking yet. But yeah, we gotta fix that problem. There's gotta be a tie for that thing or something, because that's not the same. All right, here we are, back where it all started, the gas station. I'm gonna go put some fuel in, and we're gonna fill this thing back up, and that'll let us know how much gas we burned going there and back. Home sweet home. We'll pump away. Pump number 9. Let's go get some fuel. All right, we're back home safe. The Twinnebago is parked, and I got some numbers, so we will go over the mileage, because a lot of people asked me, and I didn't have a good answer last time because I was just kind of winging it, and I just put fuel in to get there and back. We went to Kern River, so this time we kept track. So we filled up, beginning of the video, from half tank to full, right? We left here, we drove 48 miles one way up to Jensen's Market. We went from 600 foot elevation to 6,000 feet elevation. We did the whole climb and all that fun stuff, and then we turned right back around. I came back down the same road we climbed up, and that was another 48 miles, and I went straight back to the gas station and filled the thing up. So it's roughly a 96 mile round trip. I ended up having to put 11.5 gallons back in to fill it back up of E85, which netted me 8.34 miles to the gallon on E85. So it's under 10, right? But also this was more of a test than like an actual drive, because on a real drive, I'm not going to drive from here to 6,000 foot elevation. I mean, yeah, depending on what you're doing, but going to Vegas, we're not going to see any climbs like that. There's some steady climbs, but nothing like that. Or if I just drove to like Arizona and back, we don't have mountains to climb up. So this was a good test for that. So we were at 8.3 miles on E, going up and then coming back, so it averaged out. But you burn about 30% more E than you do regular fuel. So on regular 91, I estimate it would have got around 10.8 gallons to do the same exact trip on 91. So it's really not bad. And then I also feel like if we just kind of went flat ground and we're rolling, I bet we'll get in the 10 gallons a mile, or 10 gallons, yeah. 10 miles a gallon, hopefully, range, which for the size of this thing and what it is and how it moves and all the fun stuff, I'm stoked. I really was hoping I was like, if I can get double digits in a motorhome, to me, for this thing, that's phenomenal. So we will keep track of mileage when we do go to Vegas, but on the extreme test, going up there and then coming back on E85, we're about 8.3 miles to the gallon is what, it took us to get there and home. So successful day, very excited. We'll kind of clean this thing up, put it away, put it where it goes. I got to get on and doing some other stuff. We got a week ahead of us. Ellis Fest West is around the corner. You guys know what to do. Thanks for following along. Thanks for coming along the adventure. Like, subscribe, share. Till next time, I'm out.